Bee Swarm Simulator is one of the biggest and grindiest simulators on Roblox. The game is about grinding. You need to get more bees, more honey, more items, and whatever else to get better. There is early, mid, late, and end game, and reaching end game could count as somewhat completing the game. But what if you want to actually complete Bee Swarm Simulator? What would you have to do to 100% it and have actually nothing left to do? That's what we will try to find out in this video. Let's begin with the easy tasks for you to do. The first thing you need to do is claim a hive and get your first bee. And getting a bee is what you will need to do many times until you get all 46 bee variants in the game. The bear bee does count in since you can get it without spending any Robux. When you got all of the bee variants, you'll have to get all of the gifted versions as well. You could use stuff like star jellies and star treats for that. Another pretty easy thing to do is finding every hidden item on the map, like this star jelly behind Petal Shop. Something pretty easy to do is killing every mob and boss in the game at least once. That includes every aphid variant and even the cave monsters, which might take some time, but isn't hard to do. You also would have to complete all of the quests lines, those that actually have an ending unlike Polar Bear or Brown Bear. We'll get to them a little later. You know what quests and mobs give you? Items. And items is also a part of the easy tasks. You'll have to collect at least one of every item that can be obtained without any events and can be obtained at any moment. Shouldn't be too hard. So about the hive, at some point you have to choose which color you want to go for, and one task is to get the perfect hive for the color you choose. I put it in easy because you can always ask for the hive build. Something else I put in the easy section is completing Robo Challenge. This is not a very hard thing to do, especially if you are a red hive, and many players have done that already multiple times. And those were all of the easy tasks that I had, and that means it's time to move to the next level, medium difficulty tasks. First one will be buying every item in the game, all items in the shops, from the basic ones to the expensive such as Gummy Baller and Planter of Plenty. This wouldn't be an easy thing to do, but pretty time-consuming. Another medium difficulty task is getting every badge in the game, or well, almost every. There are badges that not even 1,000 of people have gotten, but just one of them is impossible to finish since it requires 500 different stickers for you to collect, and there's not even 300 at the moment, but otherwise, a pretty difficult thing to do. We gotta return back to Hive since now you will need to get perfect mutation for every bee. Some mutations aren't hard to get, but then you got something like ability rate that would be pretty painful to get, and there are also some that are pretty new, and the chances are unknown, at least according to Fandom Wiki. So you remember memory matches, right? What if you had to get every possible reward from them? The reason I put this in medium is because you only need to play them once in a while, unlike some other stuff that we will very soon get to. Another thing that you'd need to get every item from are sprouts. They aren't too hard, but I also didn't want to place this in the easy difficulty. The worst sprout might be the sticker sprouts because they only spawn in hive hubs with many other players trying to hunt down the rewards. So the medium difficulty is over. It was pretty short because I really couldn't think of what else to put there. So it's time for the hard difficulty. This one actually has many different tasks for you to complete. Let's start with this one. What about getting every sticker in the game? You would need to put them all in the sticker stacker, which have been done by 34 players in the entire game. But the only problem is, you don't get to trade for most of them. You would have to actually get every sticker by yourself without trading, since you want to 100% the game. The only stickers you are allowed to trade for are the ones you can't get, such as event ones, like the Cub Buddies. I don't think anyone has collected like 250 stickers for Sticker Stacker without any trading, no wonder why. Since I mentioned leaderboard, let's talk about that one. Another very hard thing to do is getting on every leaderboard in the game. That's right, a part of 100% completing the game is getting on every all-time leaderboard, and at least once on every daily leaderboard as a top 1. You'd have to beat top 1 Honeymaker, somehow collect like 38 years of nectar as of right now, complete over 50,000 of Polar Bear quests, defeat the Coconut Crab in like 2 seconds, and much more. All I can say is good luck trying to do that. It is possible, but I don't think I have to say how hard that would be. And now that I mentioned some examples of top 1 leaderboard, what about beating every world record in Bee Swarm Simulator? There is one Bee Swarm YouTuber who's actually been trying to get world records who is actually pretty good at doing that, and you would need to compete with him. You would need to get the fastest time on all bosses, get the most honey from a single boost, and so on, basically become the best player at everything to hold the world record title on everything possible in the game. Sounds hard to do. A hard task to complete is subscribing to my channel and liking the video. I would appreciate it. Let's go back to the every item thing. How about getting every possible drop from every mob in the game? Might not sound too bad until you realize how rare some items can be. Werewolf has gifted Silver Egg, Diamond Egg, and Night Bell as the rarest items, for example. Not too bad, but if we take a look on the bosses, it all changes. The Stump Snail have Mythic Egg as rarest item, but it also has 3 stickers that are insanely rare to get. Or maybe, how about getting a Star Egg from King Beetle? Tunnel Bear might actually be the worst one. You got a ton of extremely rare items. I wonder why Black Balloon is as rare as Star Egg. But wait. Both stickers are even rarer, and the voucher is literally nearly impossible to get. Getting every item from every mob would be really hard to do. Moving from the mobs, what about getting every item from planters? Did you know Plastic Planter can drop Turpentine, Gold Egg, and Whistle? Well, now you sure do, and you need all items. Let's take a more expensive planter like Heat-Treated Planter, another Turpentine to go for, and same for the Hydroponic Planter. Just a little easier, I guess. The Planter of Plenty has a very rare item as well, and it's the Pink Shades. This isn't as bad as the mobs, but still pretty hard to do. Did you know Windshrine have a badge rewarding system? You donate specific items and have a chance of getting better rewards. There are many rewards that aren't known by Wiki, which really shows how unknown this whole thing is. But if you want to 100% Bee Swarm Simulator, you know you will have to get every reward, which is definitely not an easy task, especially when many aren't even known. Remember I talked about perfect mutations for bees? Now imagine trying to get perfect bee quips for every bee you can, with all the waxes and perfect stats. That may not sound too bad, but the more you will try to find out about perfect bee quips, the more you will realize how hard that would be to do. You need the hive bonuses and stuff, and sometimes it only comes from waxing. If not lucky, then either get a new one or use turpentine. When I say perfect, I really mean it. Anything that can be added to bee quips need to be added. We are talking about luck right now. You know what else you need luck for? The amulets. As a part of 100% completing Bee Swarm, you definitely need perfect amulets. They are one of the most important parts of the game. Let's take Moon Amulet. You not only need best results for the stats, but also both ticket chance and movement collection on the same time. It is possible, but super rare. Supreme Star Amulet, the most popular one in the game. You would need to get lucky enough to have both passives you want and have highest value on all 5 boosts that would perfectly fit your hive color. That's just 2 amulets I took for the example. The last hard task I have left for you to do if you want to 100% complete Bee Swarm Simulator is getting a lot of items. I mentioned leaderboards and world records earlier, but what about getting a lot of every item? More than anyone else in the game would have, and you would need to do that with every item that exists in the game. I'm sure you could do it if you managed to get top 1 on every leaderboard. And that was the last hard difficulty task I had on the list. But we're not done yet because I have one more tier, which is the impossible difficulty. This is where the task gets so hard you just can't beat it in any way, even if you spend your entire life. We started with the bees, and we will be ending with the bees. What is the thing that I didn't cover yet about the hive and the bees? The levels. There are 25 levels for the bees. Getting level 20 hive isn't a big challenge. Some are even getting level 21. But what about level 25? Well, according to the wiki, you will need around 7.38 sextillions of honey just to get one bee to level 25. And keep in mind that's the cheapest you can go. If you would make 10 quadrillion honey per day every day, you would need 738,000 days, or about 2022 years just to get one bee to level 25. Now multiply that by 50, and you get 101,096 years. That's the amount of time you would need to get your hive to level 25 if you would get 10 quadrillion honey daily. No wonder this would be impossible, right? And that's all I got. Now you know how to 100% complete Bee Swarm Simulator. If you think I forgot something, let me know in the comments. Now leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I would appreciate it. You can watch one of these videos while waiting for a new one. They are good too. Join my Discord server. You can chat with me and other members. The link is in description, and I will see you soon.